Hey guys, my name is Krish, and today I'm going to show you something that almost nobody is talking about. A silent shift that could change how money works across the entire world. Right now, most people think global power is decided by wars, armies, and politics. But what if I told you, the real battle isn't happening on the battlefield, it's happening in the financial system, and it's targeting the one thing that holds everything together, the US dollar. For over 50 years, the dollar has controlled global trade, oil, and even entire economies. But that system is now being quietly challenged. Not with bombs, but with strategy. There's a single choke point in the world, a narrow strip of water, where nearly 20% of global oil passes every single day. And what's happening there right now could trigger a chain reaction that affects your fuel prices, your savings, and your future. In this video, I'm going to break down how the dollar became so powerful, why that system is now under pressure, and what this shift means for you going forward. Because once you understand this, you'll start seeing the global economy very differently. So make sure you watch till the end, because this might be one of the most important financial shifts of our time. Let's get into it. This isn't a war you'll fully understand by watching missiles or headlines. Because what's happening right now goes far deeper than bombs, soldiers, or even politics. It's about control. Control over money. Control over energy. And ultimately, control over the global system itself. And right now, that system is being quietly challenged. Not by a direct attack on the United States, but by targeting something far more important, the US dollar. There's a narrow strip of water in the Middle East most people ignore. But it might be one of the most important places on Earth. The Strait of Hormuz. Every day, nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through it. Now imagine if that flow becomes uncertain. Not fully blocked, just unpredictable. Some days open, some days restricted. That alone can shake the entire global economy. Because oil isn't just fuel, it's everything. To understand why this matters, we need to go back to 1944. After World War II, the world was broken, but the United States stood strong. So global leaders made a decision. Build the financial system around the US dollar. This became the Bretton Woods system. The dollar was backed by gold, trusted by everyone, used everywhere. But in 1971, everything changed. The US ended the gold standard. The dollar was no longer backed by gold, only trust. And yet, it didn't collapse, because something even bigger was coming. In 1973, the world faced an oil crisis. Supply cuts, price shocks, economic chaos. The US realized it didn't control oil, so it made a powerful deal. Protection in exchange for one thing. Oil would be sold only in US dollars. And just like that, the Petrodollar system was born. Now every country needed dollars to buy oil, which meant they had to hold dollars. This created a powerful cycle. Countries buy oil in dollars. Oil producers earn dollars. They reinvest in the US, and the loop continues. This gave America massive power. Cheap borrowing, strong currency, global dominance. Over time, countries began to notice something. If the US didn't like you, it could cut you off from the dollar system. Sanctions, frozen assets, blocked trade. So nations started asking, what if we're next? That's when things began to shift. Countries started exploring alternatives, different currencies, different systems. Even allies became uneasy because relying on one system means being vulnerable to it. And now, with rising tensions and uncertainty, that shift is accelerating. Now we return to the Strait of Hormuz, because this is where everything connects. Control over that choke point creates uncertainty, and uncertainty changes behavior. Countries start looking for alternatives, new ways to trade, new systems to rely on, and slowly, the dollar's dominance begins to weaken. Not overnight, but gradually, quietly, transaction by transaction. At the same time, countries are diversifying, buying gold, reducing dollar reserves, exploring digital assets. And while the dollar still looks strong, the foundation underneath is shifting. This isn't about panic. It's about awareness. Because in times of change, opportunities are created, and the smartest investment you can make is in yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your ability to adapt. Because no matter what happens to currencies, skills always hold value. Krish invests. Stay informed. Stay prepared. Stay ahead.